Count 13 alleges that you failed to immediately report to your probation officer your change in contact information. Is that true or not true?
True.
Count 14 alleges that you were at a location other than your residence at approximately 9:21 p.m. February 26th of 2026. Is that true or not true?
True.
And then finally, count 15 alleges that you're behind in your court assessed fees as of March 3rd of 2026 in the amount of $1,220. Is that true or not true? Good afternoon. Are you Devontae Savoy?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is cause number 23 DCCR 2038. Mr. Savoy is on probation for tampering or fabricating physical evidence with intent to impair. There's a motion filed. What is the announcement?
Judge, and I've spoken to Savoy, and at this time he'll be entering pleas to the motion.
Okay, so there's no agreement.
No agreement, Judge.
That pulled up.
I believe we had an agreement of sorts.
Well, Judge, I'll say that the issue is, of course, is instead of talking with the state, we definitely want to get an updated PSI towards Mr. Savoy for making a determination whether the options may be out there on him, but to the actual violations, he's more than willing to enter his pleas to those.
Okay. But y'all don't have an agreement with regard to punishment.
That's correct, Your Honor. And I spoke with Ms. Lopez, his probation officer, and we all thought that an updated PSI might be very helpful with that.
Okay.
And then just as a clerical matter, Your Honor, I noted that number 6 violation alleged number 6 is arrearage. Number 15 is an updated amount of arrearage, and so the state will abandon number 6
Thank you.
for number 15.
So I just did a prior version thing. It showed that there were two First Amendment motions. One's an order and one's the actual motion. And so now there's a prior version of an order too. So just in case y'all look and see that. Okay. So Mr. Savoy, the best you can, raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. Thank you. And will he waive the formal reading of that motion?
He does, Judge.
So, Mr. Savoy, in cause number 23, DCCR 2038, have a first amended motion to revoke your unadjudicated probation. Shows that you were placed on probation June 30th of 2025 for the offense of tampering or fabricating physical evidence with intent to impair, a third-degree felony, and that was a 4-year deferred probation. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
This motion alleges that you violated your probation. Count 1 alleges that you failed to report to the probation office as required August 8th, October 6th, October 31st, and November 14th of 2025. And is that true or not true?
Yes, ma'am.
True or not true?
True.
Thank you. Count 2 alleges that you failed to work faithfully at suitable employment and provide verification of that. Is that true or not true?
True.
Count 3 alleges that you failed to provide verification of performing the community service hours as required. Is that true or not true?
True.
Count 4 alleges that you failed to provide verification of participating in and complying with all of the rules and guidelines of the mental health initiative caseload. Is that true or not true? Count 5 alleges that you failed to participate in the education program for your GED. Is that true or not true?
Yes.
And then the state abandoned count 6. Count 7 alleges that you failed to have the drug patch on as directed. Is that true or not true?
Yeah.
Count 8 alleges that you failed to enroll in services at the Spindletop ATAR program. Is that true or not true?
True.
Count 9 alleges that you committed the new offense of failure to ID on February 26th of 2026. Is that true or not true?
True.
Count 10 alleges that you committed the new offense of theft of property February 26th of 2026. Is that true or not true?
True.
Count 11 alleges that you failed to avoid persons or places of disreputable or harmful character, specifically association with any person previously convicted of a crime or at the presence where a crime was being committed. Is that true or not true?
True.
Count 12 alleges that you failed to report October 1st of 2025. Is that true or not true?
True.
Count 13 alleges that you failed to immediately report to your probation officer your change in contact information. Is that true or not true?
True.
Count 14 alleges that you were at a location other than your residence at approximately 9:21 p.m. February 26th of 2026. Is that true or not true?
True.
And then finally, count 15 alleges that you're behind in your court assessed fees as of March 3rd of 2026 in the amount of $1,220. Is that true or not true?
True.
Did you enter your pleas of true to all of the counts except 6 that we left out freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you plead true to all of those counts because they're actually true?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then, and this time I'm going to find that you entered your pleas of true to counts 1 through 5 and 7 through 15 freely and voluntarily. Find those counts true. Find sufficient evidence to revoke your probation and find you guilty, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to reset your case for sentencing. Ask the probation department to do an updated report that'll give me more information about what's been going on, and then we'll see where we are at that hearing. If there's some agreement, great. If there's not, then it'll be up to me what to do with your probation. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can go back with the bail. Yes, ma'am.
I would add, one of the ones that he pled true to where it seemed like it was doubling up on the failing to report.
Yeah, did I?
That was an update to state that he had been gone since that date. I had
Gotcha.
not
I just
seen him
didn't.
since that
Yes,
date.
ma'am.
So that's not necessarily an additional violation, that's just an updated violation, much like the.
Since, and it says since in there.
I
Thank
just
you.
wanted to make that clear.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yep.
All right, so you're Caleb Gubert?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Gubert was previously in court, entered pleas of guilty in cause number 25 DCCR 1130 to unauthorized use of a vehicle, a state jail felony, and in cause number 25 DCCR 1131 to the third degree felony offense of evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle. I've received that pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review it?
Yeah, Judge.
I have, Judge.
Are there any additions or corrections?
No, Judge, not at this time.
Only that the state concurs with the recommendation of ISF cognitive judge.
All right, thank you, Ms. Malfino. All right, Mr. Jubert, I am, so Mr. Jubert, I know you know this already because everybody out there knows that I get the jail reports, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So there was an issue pretty recently. You haven't had a lot, but just recently you had earlier this month, one about a mattress, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you weren't very respectful about what you said to that officer when they said for you to give up one of those mattresses, were you?
Yes, ma'am.
So it's the same thing that I say to everybody. If you can't follow the rules in jail, then it doesn't give me a lot of confidence that you're going to be able to follow the rules on probation. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
So part of this agreement or part of the recommendations in this agreement is for me to go along with giving you probation, but send you to the ISF program, the cognitive track, which is a program to help you make better decisions. But I want you to understand, if I follow along with this agreement and you get any more incident reports, either here or at ISF, it's going to be a violation of your probation and you may never get out of jail before you violate it. And I know you've been out there long enough to know that I've done that already, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So then what I'm going to do, Mr. Jubert, is give you this opportunity. I'm going to find in each of your cases that you entered those pleas freely and voluntarily. In cause number 25 DCCR 1130, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I'm going to follow the agreement, defer all proceedings, place you on probation for 5 years. You're ordered to pay a $500 fine in that case and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. And then in cause number 25 DCCR 1131, also find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but follow the agreement and defer all proceedings for 5 years. You're ordered to pay a $300 fine in that case and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. One of those conditions in each case is again that you enter and successfully complete the cognitive track of the ISF program. Also, there's going to be you're going to have a couple of assessments done just to see what all probation needs to offer you so that you can be successful. There's going to be a mental health evaluation, substance abuse evaluation, and if there's anything in those evaluations that say that you need some further treatment for.
Right here, the judge makes it crystal clear this isn't just probation, it's a rare second chance. There's no felony on his record yet, but one wrong move and everything changes instantly.
Whatever it is, then it is going to be your responsibility to do that and part of your probation. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You're going to get all the tools that you need to be successful. You're young, you don't have felony conviction on your record right now. If you successfully complete these probations, you will never have a felony conviction. This is a great opportunity. But the other side of that is if you violate any condition and you don't take advantage of the tools that are going to be given to you to be more successful, you're going to be right back in here in court. You're going to be looking at up to 2 years in a state jail prison in one case and between 2 years and up to 10 years in prison on the other. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, I want to make sure I reiterate how important it is not to get in trouble in jail while you're waiting on ISF and not to get in trouble while you're at ISF. If other young men are out there acting up, you need to say, look, I want to see the light of day again. Y'all go do what you're going to do. And I'm going to today sit on your bunk when you're supposed to sit on your bunk. Don't sit on it when you're not supposed to. Have whatever you're supposed to have. Don't have extras. Just follow the rules. And if you're called out for not following a rule, don't get mad at the person that's calling you out for not following the rule, right? You're the one that's not following it. So don't get mad at them. Okay. I'm handing you in each of your cases the trial court certifications that shows these were agreements that I followed. So you have waived your right to appeal. Good luck to you, sir. I hope you do well.
Thank you.
Let's see. John.
He walks away with probation today. But the warning couldn't be stronger: follow the rules and rebuild your life, or come back facing years behind bars with no more chances left.